All right, Dan, thank you. A 13-year-old boy now faces charges after allegedly hitting 5 vehicles, including a cruiser, with a stolen car from a Bay Street gas station. Police say this teen was speeding through Boston Road and Harvey Street just after 1 yesterday afternoon when he hit the police cruiser's side view mirror. When police tried to stop the car, the driver took off. Instead, though, he went on to hit 4 more vehicles at the intersection of Berkshire Avenue and Bay Street before then running into an apartment on Robert Dyer Circle. Police found the teen, they arrested him, and he's facing charges in addition to 2 outstanding warrants out of Holyoke District Court.